UNCB team. That if UNCB could beat Orly and Tobago, then don't come and test UNCA.
Don't test it, boy.
But there are some points that I think we have to address. And a couple of the points that Senator Choate made. Senator Choate, just to tell you that when the Prime Minister visited UN General Assembly in Washington, the Minister of Foreign Affairs did meet with the Commerce Department to talk about tariffs. And we have had ongoing meetings with the US Department of Trade and Commerce referring to the tariffs matters. In fact, we have continued to have those conversations with them and engage with them behind closed doors. The other thing, of course, is that in the manufacturing sector, the Exim Bank is going to continue to play a very important role and has been moved back to the Ministry of Finance in order to repurpose them to make sure and focus on supporting the manufacturing sector. And the third thing I think you referred to, and I must say that the Rent Assessment Board will continue to play, in fact, will have to play an even more rigorous monitoring role to make sure that the landlord surcharge is not unfairly passed on to other people. So we do have some things to do. And of course, one of the things that we have been focused on as we get past this budget is to move towards implementation stage because, as Senator Atz alluded to, a lot rests on our ability to implement the things that we have discussed and put in the budget. So those are some of the worthwhile points that I think we will take forward with us. So let me end, therefore, Madam Vice President, to thank colleagues for all their input, and just to remind Senator Rajman Roberts that when you're referring to somebody like the Minister of Labour, who have been president of the Public Services Association and have worked long and hard in the vineyard of labour, you cannot refer to him as if he has not earned his dues and made a contribution that is worthwhile of national recognition. So, colleagues, not only do we commend this budget to you, this appropriation bill, but also to know that under this Prime Minister, when Senator Vera talks about the contingencies required and the road ahead, it is clear that this population, that Trinidad and Tobago believes that the hands that they have placed this country in are the best hands that are needed for today's challenges. I am confident, and I stand solidly behind my Prime Minister. In fact, I am probably the only person in this House that have served in uniform. And I can tell you without fear or favor that my Prime Minister have not only my confidence and commitment, but my solid support as she lead our country during this period. So, Madam Vice President, again, I want to thank the Minister of Finance, the team at Finance, and the team, the public officers in planning, for their tremendous support and hard work. I want to thank my colleagues in the Independence Bench for their worthwhile contribution. And I want to continue to commit to the public of Trinidad and Tobago that this is a government that stands firmly behind the policies we enunciate, that will always put Trinidad and Tobago first, and to put the people of Trinidad and Tobago first, and we work tirelessly to make sure that we execute on the things we commit in this budget. So, Madam Vice President, with those few words, I beg to move.
Before I put the question, I would like to congratulate all the female senators tonight. Every single one of you contributed. And I congratulate you all. Fix your crown, ladies. Honorable Senators, the question is that a bill entitled An Act to Provide for the Service of Trinidad and Tobago for the financial year ending on the 30th day of September 2026 be read a second time. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it.
A bill entitled An Act to Provide for the Services of Trinidad and Tobago for the financial year ending on the 30th day of September 2026.
Honorable Senators, the question is that the bill, this one. Oh, Minister of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development, and Minister in the Ministry of Finance.
Madam Vice President, in accordance with Standing Order 57-2, I beg to move that a bill entitled An Act to Provide for the Service of Trinidad and Tobago for the financial year ending on 30th day of September 2026 not be committed to a committee of the whole Senate.
Honorable Senators, the question is that the bill entitled An Act to Provide for the Service of Trinidad and Tobago for the financial year ending on the 30th day, September 2026, not be committed to a committee of the whole Senate. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it. The bill will not be committed to a committee of the whole Senate. Honorable Senators, in accordance with the Standing Order 57-2, the question, therefore, is that a bill entitled An Act to Provide for the Service of Trinidad and Tobago for the financial year ending on the 30th day of September 2026 be now read a third time and passed. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. I think the ayes have it.
A bill entitled An Act to Provide for the Service of Trinidad and Tobago for the financial year ending on the 30th day of September 2026.
What do we decide? Leader of Government Business.
Madam Vice President, there are two motions under government business, the two excise motions. And we can deal with them today if senators wish, or we can come back on Wednesday at 1:30. I don't know if you want to deal with them now. Excise motions, they're on the other paper. Or we can come back on Wednesday at 1:30. You all want to deal with them today? They're on the other paper. Pardon me? And we have no other business. And we propose to deal with them together. They're interrelated. Yes? You thought we were going until tomorrow. Well, I thought we were going until tomorrow, so I was going to put them for tomorrow, but emotions are here, so let's see. So you want to come back on Wednesday then? Very well. If you wish to have them done today, we will do them today. We would like to do them if you consent. If you don't consent.
Okay, members, we can suspend for about 5 minutes so you all could come to a resolution and we could. We resume at 10:20. Leader of Government Business.
Madam President, we had discussions, but at least one of my colleagues said he will wait until you come back and we resume to tell us his position. Senator Brown, Senator Vera, I don't know what his position is either, on behalf of the independents.
So for the record, I think the independents would prefer to come back on Wednesday and debate this.
Senator Brown.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. May I? Madam Vice President, we also would prefer, given the nature of these orders, that it be subject to the proper scrutiny of the Senate.
President, in these circumstances, I beg to move that the Senate do now adjourn to Wednesday, October 29th at 10 a.m.
Honorable Senators, the question is that the Senate do now adjourn to Wednesday, October 29th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The Senate now stands adjourned to Wednesday, October 29th, 2025 at 10 a.m.
From food-grade lubricants